What it do? How we doing, boys and girls? Hope everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday. Apologies in advance for those of you who were looking forward to the Sunday stream. As you can hear from my throat, I was fucked. Not in a good way. Still got a little bit of the sniffles, but I felt well enough to jump on tonight. So we're here. We're going to kind of have hopefully a Sunday-esque panel stream with all the boys. We'll get into obviously what happened on Saturday night. I'll talk a little bit about the boxing that happened over the weekend again. If we've got time, we might look forward to the card in Shanghai, which I believe is this coming weekend. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. Hope everyone's well. How you doing, Torrin? How you doing, brother? It's probably gonna get. Can you let me know if the sound coming through the microphone is all right? I might have to change the settings a little bit. I've had some problems with it recently. We've got a few people turning up. Mate, I was literally dead. Yeah, I couldn't talk yesterday. My throat was gone, and I was hacking and hawking like a motherfucker on Sunday, so I kind of knew it was coming. I've been doped up on antibiotics. I've barely been able to spend any time with my son because obviously I don't want to lurgy him up. But Antec, good to see you, bro. Brutally, what's good, my man? Looking forward to having you on in a bit. I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel a lot better. You know, there's nothing like the endorphin boost you get after feeling really sick for it. I was on the coals for 4 or 5 days there. But once you start feeling better, there's nothing like it. You really start appreciating things again. So yeah, I'm in good spirits, good mood. Looking forward to talking out with the boys. And there was a lot to talk about. Mate, he sounds like he's been the throat goat all weekend. Different to what weekend? How would that be different to any other time in my life? I'm gonna take another sip of water while I cower in the humiliation of what you've just said. Yeah. But it was literally impossible to go. By the time Sunday rolled around, I doped myself up on antibiotics thinking I'll have a little bit of a nap, get in touch with the boys, and then fucking I ended up, oh, fucker, get out. You, fuck you. Dragonfly coming in my house, cunt. And there I am swearing within the first 3 minutes again. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so I thought I'd have a little nap before the stream. I ended up waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And you know when you're just like, you can't breathe. I caught that sucker. The trip was great. This trip was great. I strongly recommend Vietnam to pretty much everyone. I didn't really have that much high hopes going into it. You know, I've kind of got my go-to places and, you know, those have been well documented. Vietnam might be right up there. No, I said this on my last stream. Nothing is going to top the GOAT, which for me is Bangkok. Sometimes I prefer going to Manila. It kind of depends on time of year and that kind of shit. But nah, man, Vietnam's amazing. The people there are fucking bananas. They are mad. They are mad. I'm glad I've got, you know, I don't have any fucked up situations to come back to. It's not like I'm like, let's get ourselves off to the old clinic. I was very well behaved. But yeah, it was a nice trip. I'd recommend you go out there. It's wild. It's fucking wild there. People are very forward. You know, you go out to a bar at night and everyone's friendly. Found some good places to eat. It was a bit humid, so it was like a real mucky kind of heat. But no, I had a really good time, and I'll definitely be going back. When, I don't know, but Anthony Hernandez versus Derrida in the works for October 18th, Vancouver, Canada. I like that fight. I'm picking Fluffy Hernandez. Everyone knows I'm the biggest Fluffy Hernandez fan. I have been for a very long time. And I think he's gonna get a I think he's gonna get a title shot at some point. Whatever way he gets to it, I think he'll have one more fight and then he'll be next up. I think he's better than Reina de Ritter. Hopefully, it will be a main event and it will be a 5-rounder. Get on Kefir when you finish your antibiotics. Yeah, that's a good idea. A Westerner lets free. They're honestly not like that, you know. I didn't feel like I was in any kind of mortal danger or anything, or no money was going missing or anything like that. They were just very friendly. They acted like the side that won the war. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I would describe the Vietnamese. They just had a side smirk on their faces, like, and I guess maybe they assumed I was American. I don't know, but it was top props to Derrida and Fluffy for not waiting around and saying fuck it, we'll do our own thing. Because I'd say the focus right now is they're probably going to be thinking Baralho and Imavov, the winner of that fight, gets. But if them two have a fucking slobber knocker and somebody gets injured or the winner gets injured, they could end up being pushed down the queue a little bit. So rather than wait around and see what's going on, they're fighting each other. I respect the shit out of that. So maximum respect to them. We're gonna start the panel in about 10 minutes or so. So hopefully people will be joining. I've got one person waiting in the wings now that I'm really excited to have back on. So we'll chop the shit for a couple of minutes and then I'll let some of the boys in. Yeah, it must be a main event. I mean, that's a huge fight at middleweight. It's massive. They won. You came, they saw, they conquered. You feel me? I'd rather the Americans were just honest about that shit. Some Americans will say, "Oh, it was a no-score draw." At the very least, the very most you can take out of that is a score draw, and I think that's very generous. They whooped your asses. Just accept it. Do you know what I mean? Accept it. America had to resort to Agent Orange and napalm on children, and that doesn't get talked about enough, by the way. But people are always like, Americans always say this when they go to Vietnam. They're like, "Why do they welcome us so much into here?" It's because they whooped your ass. They whooped your ass. Of course you can come in. Have a good time. They came, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, they did do that too. But they're just nice people. They've just got this "we deserve respect" kind of attitude, but just come and enjoy and don't take the piss. It's that kind of panel's about to bomb on Hamzat, and I'm here for that. I don't know yet because the thing is, I think it's going to be kind of split. We've got Jax coming on from Making a Walk. I don't know what I know what Brutally is going to have to say. However, Giuliano's coming on as well, and he's one of the biggest Hamzat teabaggers I've ever seen in my life. So it should be reasonably balanced. And why do y'all keep saying we're not accepting of the results? Some of you are. Some of you are very accepting. The very fact that some Americans are saying it was a draw is fucked. Some Americans think they won. Obviously, you can't speak for everyone. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, it was an amazing performance by Hamzat. We're going to get into that. Like I said, the boys are going to be pulling up soon. I'm looking forward to seeing what Brutally has to say about this, and Jax has to say about this in particular. There's Jax at Making the Walk. We're going to get into it. The good thing about this weekend, there were a lot of talking points. There's a lot of shifting going around. So I think there's a lot of excitement to be generated from this. I think there's a lot of storylines that have emerged from it. And there's a lot to be excited about it. We've got some incredible knockouts. Before I let the boys in, I thought it was a very, very good card. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I wasn't lagging through any of it. I managed to get through the whole thing without dozing off, which has been a regular maybe I'm just getting older. I don't know. But lately I've been finding it very hard to get to main events. Coasted through this shit. No one I know calls it a draw or a win. America's a big fucking place, Lane. I think you'd agree with me when you say that there are people that certainly have that opinion. Certainly the older generation. People glaze DDP saying he had plot armor. I mean, look at the guy's record. Look at the way he's fought. When you look at DDP, you think this guy's shit. But then he somehow just keeps winning. It's incredible. Oh yeah, Torrin, I forgot you were in Chicago. DDP was smiling into round 5. That's all I will say. I've got some thoughts about that as well. My opinion on how DDP behaved throughout the entire fight, I've got mixed feelings about it. I've got a major criticism about DDP, which everyone will probably be able to guess what it is. But I kind of came out of it feeling, do you know, I'm gonna wait to see what the boys have to say when they turn up, and we'll see. I don't want to reveal too much because I don't want to reveal my plan or what I might say before I see what the boys have to say first. Lane, it's just like Afghan. The politicians didn't let us win. Stay coping. There was a lot of American propaganda about that, about how they, you know, it was a mutually closed situation. I don't want to go into it too much, but let's just say there was a clear victory. What up, Frankie? Installing 21 windows and 2 doors by myself in 37 degrees weather. Brits are soft. Listening at work. Much love. Love you too, Idaho, man. I'm looking forward to having you back on, hopefully on Sunday. Get back to work, cunt. All right? Get back to grinding while listening to your boy. You know, help me out with them watch hours. Just a little more EPO and DDP would have broke free. I think that fight could have, the thing is about that fight, they could still be fighting now and the same thing would be happening. One thing I can comfortably say here is that fight was never going to end. Ever. Good to see you, Kerry. I saw one of your live streams. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Really good shit, man. I was lurking and jerking. You know how you do. I'm feeling a lot better. I feel bad for Pico. I don't feel bad for Pico at all. He gets himself a fucking title challenger. First fight coming into the promotion after getting fucking slept multiple times in a B League organization. This is what you get. Hamzat wanted a box of DDP in round 4, but that arsehole Arman talked him out of it. Yeah, I saw Arman lurking in the corner. I find Arman very difficult to like. Shout out to Rob's neighbor. If you're into cars and seeing people build things from scratch, and that's the guy you want to tune into, and he does it in a very entertaining fashion. So shout out to Rob's neighbor. Give the man a sub. I'm pretty sure you're in and around 1,000 now. My overall take of the main event, Hamzat's dominance was impressive. Did I enjoy watching it? Not really. And DDP was an absolute melt. I mean, like I said, I'm going to save what I actually have to say about DDP's performance for when the boys came in. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm not really critical of either of them, to be perfectly honest. And I'm going to go into why. Like I said, I don't want to uncock the chamber before the boys have had a chance to speak. When Jones got swept by Goddard backstage, you're getting there 900ish. You're right at that. That thousand is sweet. Once I hit that 1,000, I stopped giving a fuck anymore. I know that sounds bad, but it was always my target from day one. And when I hit it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna monetize. So it's just nice. And then you guys will remember who have been here for a while. I had 1,000 and then it dropped off. So I kind of had two, like, how you doing, MG? I haven't seen you for a while. Manu, how you doing? Should be Morales versus Prates. I think Prates is going to be looking higher than Morales. The fight makes sense. Obviously, 2 South Americans, you could do it. You know, it's a reasonable South American rivalry. You could run that. I think Prates is going to be looking up, though. Morales is ranked where? Like 10 to 15, maybe? Prates will probably be in and around 7, 8 now. I don't know. If I was him, I'd probably be looking up. Would be a great fight, though. If I was Morales, I'd definitely. Well, I probably wouldn't take it if I was Morales. That cunt's scary. Chimaev is the best wrestler in MMA history, and he's better than Khabib. Yeah, I mean, you can make that argument. I think from a wrestling standpoint, you could certainly make an argument that he's one of the best ever. My issue with it, though, and this is something that's already been said, so I don't want to act like I'm over repeating or repeating what other people have said. Plessis did not make him work, and that was the issue. He didn't put him in a place where he could get tired. And that's where he fucked up. I think he assumed that if I just survive until round 2, 3, 4, Dricus was expecting him to fade, but he wasn't doing anything to make him fade. You think Hamzat doesn't do that in the gym all day fucking long, where he's wet blanket in, and he can do that all day long. It's when you push him and make him work that his gas tank, just completely crashes into the ground. And Dricus didn't do that. But could he have done anything different? I don't know. He clearly couldn't wrestle with him. No point in doing that. He didn't have enough time to get his striking off. He was a bit too, because DDP is very sluggish in his striking, and he looked slow. But we can't take away and again, anyone who's expecting me to cope and say, fuck Hamzat, I'm not going to do that either. It was a very good performance. Hamzat been working with the Saitiev brothers' old coach levels. They're definitely level. Dricus is not a wrestler. Dricus is Dricus is a kickboxer, and he has a judo background as well. He's not a wrestler. He was never going to be able to stand up in that department. The hope was that he would resist the wrestling to some extent, tire Hamzat out, and then beat him up in the later rounds. So when Hamzat's gassed and he's trying to shoot on him, he can shuck him off. But he's getting a takedown the first 30 seconds of every single round and was allowing himself to get wet blanketed. He couldn't get up. He couldn't do anything. He was getting crucifixed. He gave Hamzat nothing. Absolutely nothing. All the MMA analysts picked DDP. That I saw do it doesn't surprise me because they're mad about the outcome. There were reasons to think DDP could do a good job. He's basically, like we said, he fucking stumbled his way through every fight he's been in. Yet DDP looked so helpless. He didn't know. That's 100% what it was. 100%. And he was waiting for that moment to come when Chimaev was gonna. But he wasn't, like I said, he wasn't doing anything to push him into that situation. DDP should have scrambled more. Usman is a better matchup. 100%. I think Usman could beat Chimaev because of that very reason. He could make him tired while still giving him a problem standing. I don't think we're going to see that fight. There's plenty in the middleweight division to obviously. Wouldn't surprise me if they threw him in there though. What did I miss? Watch him versus Machenko to see how to finish someone in that position. I mean, that was the disappointing thing. It felt like Hamzat wasn't going for a finish, but why? He didn't have to. He didn't fucking have to. Why take a risk when you're coasting and dominating the fight? I'm kind of against people that say that, like, because my view of it would be, if I was a fighter, I would get in there and try to take the least damage possible and get out there with the win. I don't give a fuck if some hillbilly in the crowd isn't entertained. Suck my balls. I'm getting my belt and I'm getting paid. Fuck off. So I don't blame Hamzat for 1 second. I don't. But I don't blame DDP either. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. The fight is just what it was. It was a horrible stylistic matchup for DDP. And looking back at it, and as I was watching it, I don't know what more he could have done. Could he have scrambled more? Yeah. Maybe he went in there with the wrong mindset. Very possibly. He just wasn't good enough to deal with what Hamzat brought to the table. But I do think there will be others that will be. And that's another thing. What Lane's saying here, yeah, Hamzat, this is the reason why I didn't want Hamzat to win the belt, yeah, is purely because he's very inactive. He's fucked up cards before, and he's going to do the same thing again. We're not going to see him fight for the rest of the year. It's going to hold up the division. But the good thing is, even with him holding it up, we've got Imavov and Baraujo to come. It's looking like we're going to get Fluffy and RDR. Dricus will probably get thrown in there with somebody as well. So we'll get good fights. We're not going to get a title fight for a long time, I'll tell you that now. I will be shocked if we get a title fight within 9 months. Shocked. Yeah, 500. I mean, the 500 strikes. I mean, a lot of them. And there was a lot of finger. He was poking him with his finger as well, which was kind of funny. I kind of enjoyed that. If DDP did the same to Hamzat for 5 rounds, people would call DDP the GOAT. Very possibly, yeah. But the difference is DDP is active. He fights every contender that steps up. And he's shown instances in the past where he's done exciting things. Who has Hamzat beat? He knocked out. The only guys he's knocked out are who? Like, you knocked out fucking Gerald Mearshart. You saw what happened to him last night. Or sorry, on Saturday night. Got fucking melted. None of his wins have aged that well. Gilbert Burns, he struggled through. Usman, he arguably lost to. Best case scenario, a draw. He ratted a win out of that shit. He steamrolled Kevin Holland. Well done. Kevin Holland is shit. You can see what I'm saying. The Robert Whittaker win was very good. That's really about it. He's fought one fucking ranked middleweight. So that's what people are upset about. If Hamzat goes on now to fight in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, fair play. Happy you're the champion. Get in there and do it. But if he's going to be pulling this shit of like not fucking, fighting, and then I'm going to be justified in thinking he's an annoying cunt who's holding up the division. Usman would have beat Chimaev if that was a 5-rounder. 100%. 100%. In that fight, he was Chimaev was done in that fight. And he arguably lost rounds 2 and 3. In fact, he did. You're talking shit really now. Thank you, Mr. Chucky Cheese. I don't know. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. I'm absolutely not coping. I mean, I do love DDP. I used to love Hamzat Chimaev as well. The reason why I went off Hamzat Chimaev is because he doesn't fight that often. And that whole shit he pulled on the card, and then the shrug when he was 9 pounds over, the whole card had to be shifted around. He could have tanked that card completely. The lack of remorse for it. And I don't think he's got that much of a personality either. Guy jars me out. Maybe I am coping. I don't give a fuck. I've been subscribing to your channel for a while now, but I never come to watch a stream. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Blanca. And cheers to the guy, to the person from Chile as well. Nice to meet you as well. Nice to have you here. If you are new here, drop a sub, drop a fucking like on the stream as well. We're going to be getting the panel going any second now. I'm just waiting for Mr. Brutally to turn up, and we'll get things going, and we'll really get into this. I'm crying. Yeah, are these tears? Can you see the tears? I thought I was hurt. I am coping a little bit. I'm allowed to cope. And this has nothing to do with Muslim anything. I've got Muslim members of my family. There are loads of Muslim fighters that I love. Don't ask me to name them. It has nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. I'm allowed to be upset when one of my favorite fighters loses in devastating fashion. All right, let's get the boys in. How we doing, lads?
Yeah, boys.
How we doing, Jax? Can you hear us? Doesn't sound like Jack. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Really
yo.
Background again. How you doing, lad?
Doing good, bro. Brutally, are you the WBC champ?
I can be. I just haven't tested myself yet.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, Hamza wasn't tested either, so
there we go.
Yeah, let's just get into that straight away. I know we'll get our jabs in before Giuliano turns up. What did you think of the fight? What did you think of the performance? Yeah, what's your overall feeling of the main event?
For me, I mean, it's the game plan that Hamza should have played. Like, you don't want to fight DDP in some wild Gilbert Burns type of fight because he's got too much power, too much odd stuff. He did what he needed to do, and DDP at no point fought the hands ever. He ignored the hands completely and tried to muscle his way or do weird things to get out of it. And that's just what happens. But I will give DDP credit for doing just enough to stay alive, because a lot of people like give Hamzat a lot of grief for not finishing the fight. You really think that Hamzat, who really loves to just get out of there, wants to go 5 rounds? Like, he wanted to do that. No, I mean, if he could have crushed that dude in the crucifix position, he would have. Like, But on the flip side of that, if he goes all out and tries to hit this dude who's tucking his head into his stomach and doesn't get him out of there, now you give DDP the opening to destroy you in the later rounds, which is what everybody thought was going to happen. So he played it safe and won a belt.
It's hard to argue against that, really. What did you think, Brutally?
What are you going to do?
I mean, I think the biggest question here is everyone's forgetting the fucking rules of MMA, the unified fucking rules, which is no stalling. If you're not improving position or trying to actively finish the fight, then it's called stalling, and the referee has to get involved, which we saw later in the fight. But say we discount round one, and even though he was stalling in round one, he quickly realized that he wasn't going to land the shots from the crucifix they thought he could, and DDP was tucking his head. And we can blame DDP. He's got a lot of fault in this fight, but the guy who's in dominant position, who's not improving position and not finishing the fight, he's the one who needs to be penalized, and the ref needs to. The ref is there to make sure action continues. That did not happen for 3 rounds. It was just stalling, and more fucking stalling, and it ended up being a shit fight because we've got two fucking fighters who didn't. Well, I'm going to say it, and people are going to disagree. Hamzat didn't know how to deal with DDP in an efficient way where he could finish the fight. So he decided stall. DDP decided stall because he didn't know what the fuck do on the ground. So we ended up with a shit fight.
It
I'm
was
fuming,
a
I'm
shit.
livid.
What you said about the standing up, what I found interesting about it is he kind of stood them up at weird moments. I felt he stood them up at the wrong moments. There were other moments in the fight when I felt like nothing's going on here. He could probably break it up, but he didn't. And then when
you know why,
when there were moments when Hamza actually had good position and was actually doing something, he's like, stand up. So I was like, oh, what's the fuck going on?
Crowd pressure. That was crowd pressure. When the fans were booing, he was warning them. He was telling them do shit. He stood them back up. And when they weren't booing, he didn't really do much. So that's again referees not doing the job right and succumbing to fucking the pressure of the crowd fucking booing.
I've got to say, I've got to agree with some of the chat. I don't really necessarily think he was stalling. I just think DDP wasn't doing anything to make him want to take risks.
Yeah, but then you could say the opposite for DDP. He was trying to conserve his energy. So you've got this. That's exactly what I was saying. It's a standoff because this guy doesn't want to risk his position.
Yeah, he was conserving his energy, but he wasn't doing anything to make to make Hamzat tired. And that was the issue. Hamzat could do all that laying and praying shit all day long. It was a bad strategy all round.
But that is the rules of MMA. Like, regardless of whether you agree with it or not, that is the rules of MMA. And if you're staying in that position, what Hamzat did, and he wasn't actively trying to hit DDP, that is not classed as that's a stand-up position.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like most of the blame should really go on DDP for the stupid strategy and just not being able to stop the takedowns when they came in. I thought he could have done more to tire him out, and that was ultimately his downfall.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be saying this, and a lot of people wouldn't be saying this, if someone pulled guard, or they did rubber guard, they pulled guard, and they were pulling him down and breaking the posture and just holding on to him. What happens? What happens after about 20 seconds of that? They get stood up.
Yeah, but that's not a dominant position. You're on bottom. You're not in a dominant position.
No, but if you can't
break somebody up that's in a crucifix,
yeah,
that is an unbelievable.
That is an unbelievable dominant position. Yeah, but also as well when they did stand them up, what happened again? Right back down.
He couldn't do anything. He went right back where he was.
So there's no
permission.
He's finally said permission to speak for the first time in his life, and his camera's fucked up on him.
Yeah, I mean, this
Carry on,
guy's
Brutally.
saying we aren't talking about rules. The rules are there to make sure it's entertaining, you fucking dickhead. That's the whole point of the fucking rules. The whole stalling rule is there. No, I mean around stalling. The reason why they've got the stalling rule is to make sure that it's entertaining. That's why that fucking rule's in place. Otherwise, we'd have, especially early days of MMA, when we had what you'd have a fucking grappling master and a fucking boxer and a fucking kickboxer. It was more important back then than it is now, because we have more fighters who are multidisciplined rather than back in the day. But that's why the fucking rules are in place, to stop this shit.
So,
And
dude, one thing, if that's do you remember when Jailton Almeida fought Derek Lewis?
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean, what Brutally's saying definitely applies to that fight, where round after round, one fighter just held the other fighter down and, took advantage of, of the ability to do that, right? And they didn't at any point during that fight stand them back up. This fight, I mean, it's kind of a testament to Dreykus that he was able, to not be submitted, like, because you saw what happened to Robert Whittaker, right? It would have been the same. Would have been the same thing. I don't think it's accurate to say that Hamzat wasn't attempting submissions. I mean, you had the whole entire. I mean, for most of a round, he was attempting a crucifix, like, and Dreykus had, he had a little moment in the fifth where, like, that might have been the argument against the 50-44, just because, I wouldn't give him that round.
If they'd said 50-40, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude, Dreykus, you have to remember, it's Dreykus du Plessis, who's never been, I mean, everybody besides Strickland was finished by him, when it came to championship fights. I mean, that's he was a puzzle to figure out.
Hey, where's my $20, Gio? What the fuck?
Dude, Hunter owes me. Dude, I told you. But I told you, dude.
I told you you gotta pay up.
Nah, dude, Hunter
That's how you answer a
Hunter bought up my debt, bro.
It has nothing to do with Hunter.
That's everything to do with him. He brought up all my debt.
It has to do with you thought MVP would lose and you were wrong. So you owe me $20.
All right, I'll send it to you
bet
right
on
now.
Cannoneer.
All right, sounds good.
Wow.
Well,
all right, later.
You just came in to say that, yeah? Wow, that is.
Yeah, Idaho is one of the only ones that beat me.
What?
Yeah, I had bets with.
Oh, you mean this weekend? Oh,
yeah, this last weekend. Yeah. Yeah.
I was about to talk real. I was about to come at you there. Sorry, Karen.
This weekend I did quite well with the Drakkar close pick, and I mean, I obviously Karine Silva won a robbery, but I did pick her. So.
Yeah, that was a filthy robbery. We'll get to that a little bit later if we have time. I'm assuming we won't because nobody really gives a fuck.
Yo, how about Lerone Murphy?
Yeah, we can talk about Lerone Murphy. Wait, before we do that, I just wanna ask. We've already talked about the matchup. All right, let's get into Lerone Murphy. What a performance! What do you think should be next for him?
Yeah, I think one more fight and he's in title contention. I think Volk calling him out.
One more fight? Fuck off! No, shut the fuck up. Give him Volk now. Shut the fuck up.
All right, I'm about it because I think Volk
one more fight.
Okay, all right, dude. You know what? I'll go.
Right, before this fight, they were saying if Pico wins, he's getting title shots. So shut the fuck up. Give Murphy what he deserves.
All right,
spectacular knockout in the co-main event of the fight of the year. Give it him. Give it him now. He's 34. He's anti-stripes. He's undefeated. He's just knocked off fucking that fucking art train. That Pico. Fucking oh man. No, nothing pisses me off more than Aaron Pico.
Dude, what about
Even more than
Patchy?
Hamzat.
Okay, brutally. Like, you remember when you were all over Patchy Mix's dick and balls?
I
Yeah.
wasn't over Patchy,
I
mate. That
was.
was
I was on it. I
chunky.
was on his balls. I was on his balls hard. Yeah.
So
I was.
my whole thing was like
I was
this
riding them nuts.
the last generation of Bellator guys coming in, you know, disappointing everybody. Like, I mean, Aaron Pico never had a chance. I was hoping that Lerone Murphy would get the finish he needed to make him, you know, like, and yeah, dude, it's like brutally. I agree with you. I'm just being realistic. I think they give a title shot to some, but Volkanovski calling him out, I think it's disingenuous of Volkanovski because Volkanovski's looking at Gene Silva and Movsar, thinking like, all right, my best shot to retain the title at least one more time is Lerone Murphy.
No. Okay. I have to cut you off there. Yeah. Movsar was supposed to be the one fighting Pico and didn't. He pulled out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Who was the other one you said? Gene
said
Silva's
Silva.
nowhere near. Gene Silva
Gene
is great,
Silva's
but he's
fighting
nowhere near a
Diego.
title
I
shot.
agree.
He's nowhere near. Jax, what do you think about all this?
Dude, it's easy, man. Like you said, Movsar's supposed to show up. He didn't show up. You know, injury, whatever. He didn't show up. Lerone and Movsar were supposed to fight, and whoever won that would have got the number one contendership. Now, mind you, before that, Movsar probably should have fought for the belt, but he didn't. Whatever. It's already done. So Movsar is supposed to fight Lerone. Movsar didn't show up, so Lerone shouldn't get the title shot after he did everything that he was supposed to do. It ain't his fault that Movsar didn't show up. Aaron Pico came in, he did what he did. He looked good for about 30 seconds, and then he got destroyed. So Lerone did what he was supposed to do. Everything that everybody said about Lerone, about him being boring, about him not finishing people, he literally proved that right there in the first round. Give him a title shot. It's a done deal.
Short notice against a hype train that shouldn't have even been going anywhere near. It's a risky one because I mean Pico did look good for the first couple of minutes.
He did.
He was landing nasty body shots. He looked decent, and then he just waded in like a retard and got slept.
He ate two big knees from Lerone on those entries, bro. I think Lerone is leveling up. Yeah, that's true. I mean, let me be like, let me clarify what I said. When I said one more fight, I was thinking realistically, but I'm all about Murphy getting the next title shot. I think he beats he could definitely beat Volkanovski.
Why is he saying would be good? They boot that fight.
It's next.
Oh, so yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, I mean,
Volkanovski's already said he's down for it. Murphy said he's down for it.
Yeah, and that's a great fight, actually. I mean, it's gonna go to decision, but I mean, regardless, I mean, it's still a good fight.
I think they do Gene Silva and Diego Lopez, which is a great fight.
That's a great fight.
I think is already booked. I think as well.
Movestar's already.
Yeah, it's in September. It's next month.
Booked.
They'll save. There's no way if Gene Silva wins that fight, they'll put him against Volt next. 100% they won't. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think just timing wise, that's true.
The only one who you could potentially say does is probably Movsar, who's probably because he should have got a title shot already by now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why you can't ice him. There's no reason why you can't ice him for a little while, get this fight done, and then throw him in there.
I mean, yeah, he has been iced for a while, but it's like as Dog said, he didn't show up to fight Pico, so you know. And I mean, that was the fight to get. It's like you got Movsar and Lerone. I mean, Lerone has had finishes in the UFC. They were just very early on. You know, so the whole thing with both of them is like they needed a finish off of Pico. You know, Lerone got it in spectacular fashion. I think he's definitely earned a title shot. When I said one more fight, I was just, I'm just thinking realistically, the way that a lot of the times they do things. But I mean, yeah, Volkanovski did call him out, so.
Say into the man, he has to have one more fight after what he's just done and what he's been through. He's 8-0 in the UFC. I think it is 8-0-1 in the UFC. Comes in and I mean that was a brute. That's a brute with finishes you can get to lead. If you want somebody, the reason why it's so big is not only was it an amazing knockout, But to do it as the co-main leading into the biggest fight of the year, you know, to get the
Yeah.
energy up, everyone at home was buzzing, everyone in the crowd's buzzing. You deserve something for that, for taking the risk.
Yeah. Also, relatively quickly after a main event win to Josh Emmett. I mean, you know, I agree. I mean, Topuria got a title shot off of Josh Emmett. You know.
Yeah, so I think we're all in fairly big agreement here. All right, so the next thing I guess we need to talk about.
Carlos Prates and how if you redo the Gary fight.
Nah, fuck that. This is my show, motherfucker. We're gonna talk about MVP first.
I was trying to worm out of
MVP. What did you guys think of the fight? I'm gonna go to you first, brutally, and then Jax, you can go second, and then Gilly, you can take it home. What did you think of it?
So, great fight. I felt like he's got genuine power at fucking middleweight, and then after the fight in the post-fight presser, he's talking about going back down to welter. I thought, are you fucking stupid? There's big fights at middleweight, bigger fights. He seemed a lot more impressive at middleweight, and I didn't think he would have that kind of power to sit Jared down. So I think he should stay at fucking middleweight. I was surprised.
I think
he looked fucking good.
I think he's thinking about getting a route to a title fight as quickly as possible, and he's got either it would have either been DDP or Hamzat in front of him, or he could have JDM or, do you know what I mean? So JDM's more likely to strike with him, so I can kind of see the issue. But I'm with you.
But I mean, the route to the title, I feel like is way harder in welterweight. Like Shavkat, fucking Ian Gary's already beat him. Sean Brady, Balal just probably fucking take him down. I just can't see him getting close to the title at welterweight.
What did you think of the actual performance itself, though, brutally? The way he, because obviously some outspoken people have come out, such as Guru in particular, saying, you know, he was spending most of the time dancing and just tip-tapping him a little bit and pissing around. What did you think of it from that perspective, the performance from that perspective?
Reminds me of Anderson Silva days. Anderson Silva did similar things, but he didn't look as cool doing it. He didn't look anywhere near as cool doing it. He was a bit lame. I don't know. He seemed like he was just enjoying himself and he was enjoying the fights. I don't know. He should. Again, it's like the same applies for MVP that does for Hamzat. I just think he did it less. He wasn't actively trying to finish the fight at some points, and he was pressing around, and he just didn't seem like he was taking it too seriously. And again, that doesn't bode well in the eyes of Dana White. Dana White doesn't like that shit, and he's very biased. Where like he likes that shit with Hamzat because he's scared of the fucking Russian mafia. He's scared of the Russians, and everyone knows the history that Dana White's got with the Russians over fucking what's his name, Fedor. Fedor's fucking Russian mafia fucking nearly killed Dana White back in the day, and he's scared to fuck of all the Dagestani Russians because they all under the power of fucking Kadyrov and all them dickheads. And I know it's a why I've gone way off. I
was just thinking, hang on a second. I thought we moved on.
Well, there is a bias there. There is a bias there because the fact that he gave Hamzat a performance bonus is the most criminal thing that's happened this weekend. You can talk about all the everything else, but the fact that Dana White awarded that shit, it just tells me everything I need to know about the sport.
All right. So your statement is MVP should stay at middleweight, and Chimaev's a cunt. All right, great. Jax, what do you think should be next for MVP, and what did you think of the performance?
Oh man, I agree that he needs to stay at middleweight. I think he got moved up to like number 10 at middleweight. He's no longer ranked at welterweight. He complained about politics being a part of welterweight or whatever. I mean, the hole in his game is still the same hole in his game, and we saw it at the end of the fight. You know, he gets taken down, and he can get taken down and controlled. No matter what he does outside of the octagon and the videos that he puts out, he still gets taken down and controlled. So that hole is still there, and if he fights anybody in the top 10, which he should do. Because honestly, it probably is the quicker way to the title because, he's no longer ranked again at welterweight. It's still going to be the same situation. But for him, it was the way he always fights. It's no different. Stay loose on the outside, stay hard to hit, keep that right hand going. If he can land it, he knocked him down twice. For him, it was a great performance for him. Now,
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Work?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
I know he's not the most. I felt like he was. I felt like he pushed the action a little bit more than he usually does. If anything,
he did.
He's not always the guy who's going to do that anyway. But I felt like he did it more than normal, and it was very entertaining to watch. And that's what he does. Yeah, I was very happy with it. I thought he looked great. But again, it's the same problems that he's got to fight strikers moving forward.
Yep.
And that's it. And I think for him, a lot of people are criticizing him about taking the Kevin Holland route or whatever. I think that's the only route for him. Take big fights against strikers, outclass them, and keep bagging up wins and bagging up money because he's not going to get near. As soon as you get to those title fights, you're fighting people who are very, very, very well rounded and know that they can take you down and sit on your face, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Exactly.
So I'm with you on that.
I just want to interrupt because I've seen a comment. Beating a guy's ass dominantly doesn't get a performance bonuses. What clowns you are. I just want to say, right? Do any of these fucking dickheads watch grappling events? Because I actually do. I actually fucking watch grappling events. Dominance is Gordon Ryan. That's fucking dominance. Not that shit that we saw on Saturday night.
Wow.
Dominance is when you fucking beating everyone, you're making them your bitch by tapping them out and fucking strangling them, breaking arms, and that's fucking dominance in grappling. If you watch grappling events, you know what dominance is. That's why they call sub only the best events. Not this fucking point shit.
It's not that I don't agree with you to some extent in that it was boring, but I feel like you're taking away a big part of it in that DDP let this happen.
Yeah, he's a bitch as well. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you put them both on a rocket. You put them both on a rocket, and you fly it into the fucking sun. As far as I'm concerned.
Right, before we continue, can we address one thing here?
Right.
How much money did you lose on that parlay, brutally? I just want to put that out there.
I didn't bet. Can I just address why the fuck is Gilly like in one of them cartoons where he's like walking and the background's like the same background? Like he just gets like, it's like he's circling the same fucking block.
Because I forgot my wallet and I got to go get cigarettes. So I had to reverse myself and now
so I'm not seeing shit then. You just keep walking up and down the same street.
Gilly, are you one of those people here that chain smokes here, but then you go out every day to buy fucking cigarettes? If I was you, I'd be buying cartons, mate, and just saving yourself the unnecessary trips.
No, if you buy cartons, then you're just a piece of shit, and throwing endless cigarettes. Like it's important to walk to have to walk to go get cigarettes, so you take your time. It's also hard. I mean, brutally makes it difficult not to chain smoke.
Shut up. By the way, Frankie, I bought this whiskey just for you, and it was for BKFC. And I was good, but I'm enjoying.
Yo,
I know, and it is fucking beautiful. It's because
nice.
Very, very nice whiskey.
Yeah, Japanese whiskey's on the come up. Right? You hear what?
Frankie Edgar just joined BKFC. I saw.
What?
I feel bad. I feel a little bit bad.
Oh,
it's probably not a good idea. But okay.
That's the equivalent of fucking signing BJ Penn.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah. Right?
It's almost as bad.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you haven't had your take on MVP yet, so go ahead.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so look, Idaho made a good point. Idaho and I talked before the event, the morning of, and he was saying to me, he's like, Cannonier, if he wins by wrestling, right? And I'm saying to him, I'm like, yeah, he could win by wrestling, but also Cannonier's not gonna bite on feints. Cannonier's not gonna, I was wrong. But that being said, if Cannonier had did what he did in the third round, in the second and third, it's that, that's the thing with MVP is he can't get, he just can't, if you take him down, that's how you win. And it's I think him going back down to welterweight or staying at middleweight it's like eventually he's like at middleweight. Eventually he's gonna have to fight like even a Brendan Allen, who's gonna grab him and take him to the ground. And you know, it's like there's a ceiling on how far he's gonna go at either weight class, you know, or at all.
Okay.
I don't think he gets anywhere near a title fight. I mean, you know, I'm just being realistic. I mean, you know, he could if he gets like Marvin Vettori next, he could maybe have another impressive performance, you know, where he's fainting and, you know, basically, you know, and then getting the occasion. But it's like he wouldn't even go in for a ground and pound after dropping Cannonier, you know, because he's that, you know, he's that worried about being on the ground. I mean, yeah, I don't know, like, you know, it's like yeah, he's fun to watch, you know, and he's a great kickboxer, but you know, I mean, it's like at least, you know, roll a couple of jiu-jitsu classes, you know, if he's going to talk about any kind of run at the top 5 in any weight class, I think. I mean, yeah, am I wrong? Like,
Sorry, what? Can you say that again?
I said,
Sorry,
No,
you're wrong
you're
about what? Sorry,
You're right.
I missed I missed the first part of that question.
Like, MVP loses to like Brendan Allen, even, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
loses
it's
to
like
anyone. He loses to anyone who's a
anyone
good
that can
grappler. That's what I
grapple.
was saying earlier. He's got to just
And they
fight.
don't even have to be the
straight in
best
bag.
grapplers, dude. Like Cannonier
No, because
owned
he
him.
does have some takedown defense. He's not completely
Yeah,
awful
when
in that area.
Cannonier was hugging him against the cage, he could stop him from taking him down. But
He was
like,
getting underhook. He was stopping the. You know, he was doing well in that regard.
yeah,
But
yeah,
once
for
he
sure.
gets down, he's
But
fucked.
like,
That's the
but
problem.
on the ground, when it's like Cannonier eventually got him to the ground in the third, and that was the most dominant round of the fight.
All right,
know?
so I think we're kind of agreed on VP's next step should be go for a striker, and just take fun fights, I guess. All right, we're gonna move on to Carlos Prates. We'll do the same order. Again, so brutally. First of all, sure, it's going to be very clear what you thought of the performance. But what do you think Carlos Prates should do next? And yeah, what do you think his ceiling is? I think you're on mute, mate.
Oh yeah, amazing, absolutely fucking amazing fight, and yeah, Prates. I'm not sure what his ceiling is, but I just want to say it all stems back to the fucking Russians. Those fucking Russians.
Come on, man.
You are fucking shameless.
This is move on to Jax.
Go on, Jax. Go on, Jax.
I'd like to talk to you about Russia. No, I'm just.
Yes, yes.
No.
Let's just fuck off the entire thing and just get back to talking shit about Hamzat. This is
Nah,
what everyone
man.
came here for.
Prates, man.
Go on, carry
It's
on.
a little bit different.
Bro, like that's what I expected when I saw him, you know, fight Ian Gary in Kansas City, and what he did in the 5th round of that fight. That's what he carried over into this fight. Like he was like, I can't do that. I can't do what I did in that fight at the first 4 rounds, and he carried that into this fight. And not to mention, I mean, Jeff Neal gave him what he wanted. I think Jeff thought he could beat him at that game, and for a little bit, I mean, it was going back and forth, but it didn't end that way.
It seemed inevitable. It seemed inevitable. It seemed like Prates was always in control.
It did. It did.
That's what it felt like. Well, a minute into the fight, I felt like he's gonna knock his head off at some point here. You could just see it coming. And Jeff Neal was, Jeff Neal's a weird one because sometimes when he brings it, he's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then he'll
took
put in a
Shavkat
stinker
to
and
the
lose
third
to
round.
Magny.
Mm-hmm.
Shavkat to the 3rd round. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first one to ever do that. I mean, Jeff Neal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dude, Jeff Neal's not. He's a very. I mean, look at Ian Gary fight Jeff Neal and eke out a split decision by point fighting, and then look at the process.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad MMA math, though, isn't it? You can't. I mean,
No, sure,
only an
sure,
idiot
sure
would
it
use
is.
that.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, Jeff Neal is
That's
not. He's a durable. He's what Chris Curtis was until until Kopylov broke through his guard with a kick, and now it's like, Curtis isn't Curtis anymore. He got kind of won a robbery in that last fight, but But basically, like, okay, so Carlos Prates, I think what he learned from the Ian Gary fight is that he can't wait. He can't take his time scanning and dialing this shit in.
Well, yeah, I mean, all that smoking can't help. Like, I mean,
Can we address that?
what?
Yeah, you can. I don't even know what this is about, but you can address it.
Yeah. So Parlay Princess doesn't train MMA, so he doesn't realize that you can't just fight in a park. Like, you know, it's like if he wants to fight me in a gym and he wants to go no pads, like he said, it's like
I'm glad I
happy
brought
to
this
do
up.
that. But like this retard thinks that you can just fight in parks. He said that sparring in gyms is for children, which is a little bit telling. But you know, I mean, and the
It's
reason he
really
wants to
hard to
fight
keep
me-
track of all your beefs, mate. I'm
Bro, this
honestly
guy
like,
started with me
you need
because
an assistant.
I busted his balls a little bit for losing bets to me 2 weeks in a row, and his vagina got sore.
Hang on. Can you just define busting balls, because it sounds kind of
I said,
know.
okay, I did this. I go, ooh, where your point spread bets at
Is
now,
that when you went, oh, that like you had your hand there and you made this like that kind of
Can you clarify?
Okay, first of all,
can you clarify what happened there?
my hand was everything's got to be gay with this guy. My hand was nowhere near my face, brutally.
All right, so hang on a second. Getting back to the point at hand here. Yeah, you agreed to fight this guy, right? I'm assuming, yeah.
If he wants to spar in a gym, yeah, I'm not gonna kick this dude in the head with shoes on in a public park up in the suburbs. Like, I mean, it's fucking retarded. I mean, how do I know?
How did it come to this though? Like, how did it get to that?
He literally he fucking turned on me a day after I won bets to him. Like, he started talking.
This is a very familiar story.
He started,
It's like I killed him at a bet. He didn't like it, and then he tried to fight me.
Dude,
I don't really know how you end up in this situation.
Do you?
Everybody busts my balls if I lose a bet to them.
You're talking about balls a lot and busting balls. Also, did you mention something about an head kick? Who the fuck are you head kicking? You can't lift your leg above your fucking waist.
Oh, this is brutally. This is you. Remember when?
Remember the handstand. Stop doing that weird fucking dick sucking mouth gesture you keep doing.
All right.
Oh, by the way, quick.
He's scared to talk.
Let's stop this. Yeah, I'm trying to be respectful to Frankie and not talk over people. And it's just like.
No, sorry, I did accidentally bring this up. I didn't know what was I didn't really understand the context.
Yeah, no,
because I have a life. I don't care.
Brutally is somebody who is trained, and like when I'm in the UK next year, Brutally and I have talked about it, like you know, it's like, yeah, we're gonna hard spot, right? Like he's not good. Yeah, exactly. Because we're about the same weight, even though Brutaly's a foot shorter than me, and that should be fun. But like,
But you guys are around the same. Actually, no, I'm not gonna get sidetracked on it. All right, so you agreed to fight this guy. You said it was gonna be you said you wanted it in a gym though, right? But he wants to fight out in a parking lot.
Yeah, where two people who like know how to fight go, and you can get it. You have a real rep and everything. Otherwise, like you're wearing shoes in a public park, like. And it's also illegal.
I mean, you don't have to wear shoes. You could wear
Yeah, but Frankie, so in the United States,
I see him turning up in like suit shoes and like a fucking monocle. And
dude, I was talking to Matua, and Matua was telling me, he's like, just show up dressed as retardedly as possible, with like shorts and socks all the way up to your knees.
Go dressed as a duck in it. Yes, that would be
a rainbow duck.
But the
reality is this, right? In the United States, there's like there I think 6 or 7 states have what's called mutual combat laws, where like if you and I want to fight, we actually go get a cop to like wreck it, and it's actually illegal. That's a real thing.
Fuck off! There's no way. There's no way that's legal. You walk up to your local police station. Excuse me, officer. I just need to bang this lad out. I just need to spark him out. Can you just officiate it?
Jax, I'm really sorry about this. Sorry, it always descends into this. I'm sorry. Carry on.
It's a real thing. All right. In like 7 states where you could look it up. Mutual combat laws, United States. Texas is one of them, of course. Washington State, New York.
All right,
is
you know,
not one of
I
those
kind of,
states.
I can get behind that. Yeah, not wanting to fight in the street, like we're adults, they're not wanting to fight
Well,
in
I
the
mean,
street or the park or
the
whatever
problem
is
is,
a
first of all,
sensible way to go.
the
But would
problem
you
is,
fight him in a gym though? Really, is what I'm
yeah,
asking.
I was the one that suggested that because I'm like, all right, dude, like, dude, I'm always happy to spar anybody, like, and I've said that a million times. There's a million gyms in New York City that, you know, and I kept naming them off, and he's like, he goes, I don't fight in gyms. I'm not 12 years old, which is fucking. I mean, obviously, it's like I'm dealing with a dude who.
I mean,
know,
can somebody verify if this is a law or not? Because I don't know
Well,
American
according to
law that
Google,
well.
It is a
Wait,
law.
wait,
It is a
according
law.
to Google,
I
it
just
says that. It
All
says
right, there you
that
go.
in Texas, at least,
Yeah.
it allows the defense in assault cases, provided there's no serious
So even if
bodily
so
injury.
even if it's so in New York, if you're mutually agreeing to have a scrap,
No, New York is
you
not
can
a
both
mutual
get.
combat state. That's what I'm saying. So for us to fight
fair
in a
enough.
park is illegal, and it's illegal. So if it's filmed and this motherfucker tries to sue me afterwards or whatever, like, I mean, you know, he's got neck tattoos and like doughy arms.
He's got
and,
neck
like, you know,
tattoos. He whoops your ass, mate. You should just back
no,
out of that
dude, yeah, but
immediately.
this is the problem, Frankie. Is like he's got neck tattoos, but he grew up in a town with a $250,000 per capita income. Like he's a, you know, he's a kid from the
Okay.
suburbs.
So he's got
and,
neck tattoos
you know,
and he's got money behind him. You should definitely stay away.
And he's
Sounds like
I mean,
a bad
I have
idea.
money behind me too, but it's actually earned, and he also has no fucking, you know, no ability to fight. I mean, you can tell by the way someone talks. If they say something like, I don't spar in a gym, I'm not 12 years old. It's like, I mean, where do you think fighters spar, bro? Do you think they, you know?
Well, you know, I hate to
mean?
agree with you. You know, I hate to, but I'm kind of with you on
I
this
know
one.
you.
I think
I know
fighting
it
out
killed
on,
you.
I think fighting out on in the fighting out on the street is kind of dumb. But you know, I think challenging people on YouTube to a fight is also fucking stupid. But
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
I mean, it's retarded, and now it's like
It's just
I
me.
would spar the dude. Like I would hard spar the dude. He wants to go. He's like, no pads, no nothing. I'm like, all right, dude, no
But did y'all pick
pads.
a
Like
gym,
you're
though?
gonna get probably knocked out. Like
Did y'all
I
pick a
mean,
gym?
real.
all right. So sorry, say that again, Jack. Sorry, what was that?
I said, did y'all pick a gym to do that?
Yeah.
No,
pick a
he
gym.
he wants to do it in a park in the suburbs, bro. It's retarded.
No, but if he said, "All right, we'll go to a gym," can you pick
oh
a
yeah,
gym?
I'm 100% down. I've even suggested gyms.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll watch this space. So I guess it's not happening tomorrow then. I mean, you're not exactly training too hard right now, are you, mate?
Dude, I don't need to fucking train to fight this dude. Like, I mean, I train. Like, I do train though. Is the thing. I mean, he's got one video of him doing.
I don't
bag
know
work with
when the
shoes
fuck
on.
you would have time to train.
Only once since I've been in New York, dude. But like, I mean,
How
I haven't been on
often do you
YouTube in,
train?
like, 2 days.
Because you're live quite a lot.
Semi inconsistently, but dude, I was live a lot. I tore my I tore a muscle over here, and like I tore that training,
Over here?
and that's my fucking where your
Yeah.
neck meets the muscle, and you know the muscles that run in between your shoulder blades and your spine, like on in your upper back.
Get one of these. Get one of these fuckers.
Yeah.
Boop, boop,
Yeah, I
boop,
had
boop,
that.
boop,
I was,
boop.
they prescribed me methylcarbamol, which is a muscle relaxant, and so that's why I fell asleep streaming 318. UFC 318.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
that. How
Yeah,
how
well-
long were you knocked out on stream for before you woke up, and like how long were you on?
I don't know. Long enough for Gummy Gang to make it a thumbnail or some shit. Watching me sleep like fucking.
I mean, yeah. All right, well I'm gonna move on from this because it's we've milked this for all it's worth.
Yeah, Orange Chat wants to do a panel tonight, and you know, that's where this will get brought up. So.
Yeah. What other fights on the card were worth talking about? I've forgotten.
Nolan and Amzat's bum boy.
Oh yes.
Sister guy, yeah.
This is an interesting one. Okay, so yes, let's take it to you first, brutally, seeing as you brought it up. We can do this as like a triple thing. I've got it on the screen here. Yeah, what did you think?
I felt like Eric Nolan was he was overlooked. The odds on Eric Nolan were crazy. I think they were in decimals 8.0 or something when I looked at it. I can't remember what that is in American odds, but it was. I was rooting for him. I felt like he's an ex-Marine. I felt like he was going to have some grit, and the guy's got power. So I was rooting for him, and he came out there and he did exactly what Eric Nolan fucking does, and he swung and he looked to try causing upsets, and thank God that Dana White's recognised that and give him a contract, because he got proper overlooked, and he made it a good, interesting fight. He rocked. What was it in the second? I don't know what rounds. I was drunk, but the second or third, I think. Oh, was it the first? Caught him.
Might have been the first. Yeah. At the end
Yeah.
of the first.
Yeah.
He rocked him.
I think he's got one of the coolest names, Eric Nightmare Nolan, right? Or Nighttime, Eric Nighttime Nolan. And yeah, dude, so Sergeyev came out all smiles. He fought that Tuesday, and he definitely underrated
I didn't.
him.
What I didn't like about suck my Chimaev or whatever. Suck my Chimaev, again, Russian, so we know the conspiracy there. But what I didn't like about him is every time he got hit and he got caught, he was smiling and showboating. And like I get showboating, but showboat when you've done something good. Don't showboat when you've just got fucking smacked around the face. Because that's a bit ridiculous. He was pulling all these weird faces. I didn't like that. That really annoyed me.
Brutally, do you think he's like what's his name that's going to be fighting next week? The one that lost an upset to Riviera? Like the guy, he came in 5 pounds overweight. He's got like Tourette's or something, where he kept touching his ear. The light heavyweight from Kazakhstan, where it's like I mean, not quite like that, but the dude couldn't help but smile at the weirdest moments to Sergeyev. And I mean, I think he dialed in the second round, realizing like this guy's not a joke. But I don't know how much of a future he's got. I agree.
I would say not much. From what I saw of him, he didn't look very skilled. What did you think, Jax?
Hard to say. Like, I mean, I think that he didn't take the fight as serious as he should have going into it. And then in round 2, he was like, I might need to buckle down here or I'm going to get embarrassed. But, I mean, definitely shout out to Nolan, because Nolan did what he was supposed to do and made it tough for him. And I'm glad he got a contract, like you said, brutally. But I wouldn't say that Susakayev doesn't have much of a future. I think they're going to put him in interesting fights to build him up, because, I mean, Dana rewards that type of thing. Just like, I mean, I know that this is one of your favorite guys, Frankie, but Joe Pyfer, like, he gives these dudes chances. If he likes them, he's going to give them chances. He's going to give that dude chances to build himself. So, I definitely, we're going to see much more of him.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully
wait till we see him against somebody like Char Bullet. Wait, we'll see him against Char Bullet.
But do you think they might move him up too quick because he's favoured and he could end up getting caught and quite early? Because the UFC have a strange way of doing that. They don't. They have these fighters that they like, but they don't build them in the proper way. They put them in these big fights too early, and then they end up losing or getting caught.
I don't know if they'll do that to him. I think that they learned by what they saw with Sage Northcutt, Paige Van Zandt. Like, they've seen how that can fall apart. So I think that they'll take it slowly and give him some stuff to build his name. But I can definitely.
I could see him getting a few cans and then him building him up a little bit, similar to what they did with Shara in a way, just giving him winnable fights and see. Because if that wasn't a reality check, then I think they know now if they put him in there with somebody who's legit good, he's gonna get fucking graped in there, because he wasn't very good. The performance, I don't think is, there was a lot of pressure on it. Obviously, it was 4 days. You have to take that into consideration. But I thought from what I saw for 7.5 minutes, I wasn't that impressed.
What did you think of Tim
But shout out to the guy. Tim Elliott. I picked him to win, so I was vindicated,
Yeah, good
and
job.
so did Brutally as well.
Yes, I
I
fucking
was
did.
wrong on that one.
So
I
you
thought
guys
Kyle
are
was going to do
Rising
better than that.
fans, huh?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, why did you favor Kai so much in that one,
I
Jax? What
thought.
was the reasoning behind it?
I mean,
I
I
thought that
thought.
he learned his lesson.
Jax.
Yeah.
I thought he learned his lessons. You know, as far as like just being
You can
aware
go
of
next, Killy.
certain things, but bruh, he did not learn his lesson. I mean, he did all right in the first round. In the second round, it's like he forgot. He thought it was a kickboxing match.
You
Yeah.
know what, right? It seems almost right. UFC are pulling these guys in from all these other organizations and making damn sure that they don't fucking win. Like that seems to be the trend this year. Every fighter that they can pull in from another organization, it's like the planning and plotting, and they finding the guy. This is the guy that will beat him, and we'll give him this guy because that he'll get. Like they don't want these other fighters winning from different organizations. But Asakura, like Jack said, he looked decent, but these crafty veterans, you know, you have to. I don't know. I looked at that matchup and I just thought he's got 7 submission wins. He's a weird style. How would you plan for someone like Tim Elliott? It's an odd style to like reproduce in the training room. These like Asian fighters coming over in the past, did you struggle coming over to the States when they're not fighting on their time zone? There's just a lot of factors that weighed up for me picking Tim Elliott in that one.
Yeah, I felt pretty confident in it as well. Like I've been a fan of Tim Elliott for a long time. He's one of those guys who he's one of those guys that he cheats a lot, but in very, he's just a very crafty kind of vet. He'll grab your
Very
gloves.
crafty.
He'll do stuff that you can get away with, and we've seen him do it time and time again. But he's been in there with everyone, and I just felt like this was an easier one for me. I felt like it was free money. And, I got paid.
I felt very similar. The only thing that I was a bit worried about, 2-year layoff, like it's coming back after 2 years. You never know, but you know what they say. Like some people say, ring rust. Who used to say that fucking saying? Ring rust is a myth. There was a fighter that used to always.
A lot of fighters said it.
What was it?
It's been said.
Oh,
like,
Dom Cruz wanted it. It was Dominic Cruz, I
yeah,
think. Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, but then Dominic Cruz proceeded to retire instead of fighting when he was booked. But I mean
he's plagued with injuries, isn't he, that guy?
I agree. I agree that I think it comes down to the individual fighter. I mean, Chimaev did the weirdest job, and it worked, of like neutralizing a reach advantage on Asakura, who's gonna purely strike. I mean, you have to give it to him. Like, yeah. I mean, he fought one of the weirdest looking fights I've ever seen. Like the whole first round, he's like, yeah, I mean, he was doing like somersaults and cartwheels and shit, but I think it was all designed to keep Kai Asakura at range, until he could lock up a sub.
Yeah. So what do you think the UFC should do with Kai Asakura then?
I mean, Idaho and I were talking about this. A lot of people are calling for him to be cut, but I don't know if he necessarily should be cut. I think, you give him one more fight, against somebody.
You know what would have been a really fucking good fight for Asakura? Joshua Van and Asakura would have been a good fight. But I feel like that ship sailed now. I feel like they've missed that one.
I mean, who do you now it's like, he gets somebody like Matt Schnell, who might still be ranked. I can't remember. And like,
yeah, Matt Schnell.
Yeah.
Give him the layup to get him. Yeah, I guess they could do that.
That's probably what's gonna happen because he's such a huge celebrity in Japan, and he was I mean, his career in Rising is not to be ignored. I mean, he beat Manel Cop. I mean, he's got somewhat of a resume to where the argument for him to get like, you know, and one more ranked opponent at flyweight is there.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, I
It's a
don't think
shame, really, because I feel like he was pushed too fast, too early. Almost, he shouldn't have walked in and got a title shot in the first place.
Well,
But with the
I
star
think
that he has, and I get it. Like from a marketing perspective, there was very few contenders at the time. I understand why they did it, but it's like I don't know, man. It's just I feel kind of bad for the guy. But and even giving him Tim Elliott was a sly sort of. That's not an easy out for anyone. Sticking him in there with him, it's like it's a lose situation.
This, this is what I mean. I feel that's what I mean. It's like he's coming from this other organization, and it's like the UFC want to prove a point. We're going to give you the fucking hardest matchups, and it's a shame because he could have been a big draw, especially for that Asian audience, and I think he could have been a fan favorite with some of the Western audience.
right. So
And
I have a
they miss
question.
they miss opportunity. It's like the old saying, like I'll what's that fucking I'll bite my nose off to what's that
Spite my
fucking
face, bite my nose
my
off to
face.
spite my
Cut off
face.
your
Yeah.
nose to spite your face, right?
The UFC just they'll play those games because they can, because look like they've got the pick of MMA fighters, and they know in a couple of years time that old PFL roster is going to be at their beck and call, and they can just take any fucker they want from it.
Well,
Because
I mean, to be fair though, people, I mean, UFC usually tosses people out and they go to PFL. Usually it's not the other way around. But I mean, with exceptions, I guess. But I think Asakura in was like, I mean, the UFC doesn't know what to do with the flyweight division a lot of the time. And Pantoja was on the way up to being champion, was finishing people left and right. And then when he became champion, he fought his first two defenses very cautiously, you know? And so he was getting called boring as a champion. So I think UFC's move with Asakura was like, okay, here's a dangerous striker that's going to force Pantoja, you know, to either get a finish or get knocked out. And so, and that's what happened. And then Pantoja just continued, you know, he fought Kai Kara France, you know, looking for the finish instead of, you know, being cautious.
Like I get the logic behind it. I just think it's, you know, again, I'm kind of with what Brutally's saying. I think they're just bringing people in from other organizations now and just embarrassing them one after the
Well,
other.
I mean,
do you watch the post-fight presses? Dana White has said almost every time someone from a different organization has come in, he says, well, they talk about these guys in other promotions, but they come in and then they get tested and and he's actually saying this in press conferences. They come in, they not like UFC, and he's saying all this shit. It's almost like, haha, I'm proving a point. Like point proven again, and he's actually saying this shit in press conferences, and it's like, well, are you just like creating these horrible matchups for these other guys?
Yeah,
You know,
Jax, what would you do with him?
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely keep him. He's too popular to cut. He's not fighting anybody ranked. If it were me, like I'd give him a striker, so people can see the appeal in him, and you know, just kind of a showcase fight. But to Brutally's point, as far as like Dana doing this on purpose, like, I mean, you know, Dana is petty, and it all goes back to you remember when? Well, y'all aren't gonna remember. I mean, some of y'all will, but when Dana had Chuck Liddell go and fight in Pride, and he went in there and got bodied. It all goes back to that, and he don't want anything like that ever happening again. So he's going to continue to prove this point whenever he can.
Yes.
So it was a win-win for him. If Kai would have won against Pantoja, now you got a star in another part of the world.
Yeah,
that's a
it was
win.
win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
And if he can do that, he's going to.
I
Because
agree
he wouldn't have mentioned anything about Ryzen if he'd won.
Not a
He'd
word.
Just gone,
No.
Wouldn't have said a thing.
Not a word.
Well, I mean, don't forget where Yuri came from too. I mean,
true.
Yeah.
But
also,
the Riddler,
I agree.
RDR is from what?
From one. Yeah. Yeah.
Chandler was almost a champion. He was very, very close to being a champ.
Yeah.
And wouldn't have been anything said about Bellator if he was the champ.
No,
Dude,
definitely
Bellator,
not.
But like these last generation Bellator guys have been, each one's been worse than the last, to be honest. I mean, you know, Pitbull did just beat Dan Ige, but you know, He lost to Yair pretty.
Kind of beat
No.
him.
Yeah, and then Patchy Mix was just like.
No, I
gee,
think
mean,
I think the Patchy Mix one is the weirdest one for me because I feel like the moment he got engaged, that's fucked up his whole life. Stupid prick. And that's where he
Dude,
fell off the
everyone
cliff.
kept saying to me, they're like, no, bantamweight, that's a different division.
I reckon he
but-
popped the question, then Tatiana told him, "Look, bro, got something to tell you.
What?
I can't have." He's like, "Oh, when we get married, we can have kids." And she went, "Listen, bro, there's something I got to tell you. There was a surgery I had when I was 7 years old. A decision that to be made." And then he's just gone, shh. His whole world has just crumpled down. And then he went in there and laid an egg, and he's been horrible ever since.
He laid an
I
egg.
think is that because Patchy Mix was legit good. Like the guys that he beat, Magomed, he beat Pettis, he beat Rufion Stotts. He's amazing as well. I think Rufion Stotts will do very well in the UFC. So I don't think his was unjustified. Pico, on the other hand, got fucking slept twice back to back in Bellator, and every time they tried to prop him up, he kept getting smashed back down. So with the other guy, kind of Chandler had been smashed out a couple times as well. Don't get me wrong, he's exciting, blah blah blah.
The Aaron Pico thing was the hype that he got coming over into the UFC is crazy. It is unwarranted or unjustified. Not deserved at all.
He really says that because he was put up against, he was put up against the UK guy. But
no, I don't care whether he was from the UK. Whoever he had fought, it would have been unjustified. Like I remember when he was undefeated coming up in Bellator, and he was the next big thing. He was going to be this champion. He was going to walk through everyone, and then the first time he fucking lost, and it was like, okay, he's not actually as good as we thought he was going to be. And then he's won some, lost some, and then he's gone on a streak recently. So they've gone, oh, we'll just disregard his old record before. He's going to be the big thing now, and I'm just sick of that. Like, it's not going to happen, and I just don't like unfairness. I really don't like unfairness, and that for me was just really unfair. How the crowd leaned towards him.
Well, sure. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I think De Ridder, you could say MVP, but I think De Ridder's been the only one that they've brought in, from another, and they gave him Mearshart first. Like, all these Bellator guys have gotten ranked opponents right off the bat. I mean, De Ridder had to prove himself, even though he was a double champion and won. I think. I don't know. Like, who else are they gonna bring in from Bellator to disappoint everybody? Before they stop doing it, or maybe.
Well, they could bring in. They could bring in what's his face, that cunt who's the middleweight champion.
Johnny
Eblin. They could bring him in. I reckon he'd get his. Yeah, but same thing. Right? He was better.
He's just lost though, Auntie.
That was the most exciting PFL fight that I've ever seen, and it didn't get exciting to Johnny Eblin versus.
Johnny Eblin had that. I felt like Johnny Eblin had that in the bag until he fumbled it in the fifth.
Literally 8 seconds left. He gets choked out.
Yeah. I mean, they could bring him in and fucking embarrass him as well, I guess. What about the last thing from that card?
Yeah,
Chase
I agree
Hooper.
with Matua, by the way, that Murphy did deserve that win, because that finish gets him, it destroys any arguments of him just not finishing people and being in a title shot.
I agree. I think we kind of covered that pretty well. I think he, based on the whole circumstances of it, I think he definitely should be lined up. Chase Hooper.
Bro.
I don't even feel we really need to talk about this, to be honest. But it's on there, so.
That was such a disappointment. Such a disappointment.
Yeah. What did you pick
only
Hooper as well?
Who are over 35. I don't know what it is, but he. I despise Hernandez.
I said that. I hate Alexander Hernandez.
Yeah. And
Was it because of the whole Donald Cerrone thing?
you know what that's what it
No.
was. You know that's what it was. And
I didn't catch you as somebody who holds grudges, but fair enough. I like it. I like this side of me.
there's a couple. There's two fighters that I'm never gonna like them. Three fighters that I'm never gonna like.
Go on, name and shame.
Hernandez, Colby Covington, and Ian Gary. Never gonna like them.
Wow.
Well,
Never
that's a
gonna
good list.
I have 5.
That's a
and
solid
those
list,
3
that
are
is.
on my list.
Yeah, I'm never gonna like those dudes. Ever.
That's dope.
But
I'm kind of turning around on Bilal a little bit. He's kind of sneaking his way off my list. I still hate the cunt, but I don't feel anything towards him anymore now that he's no longer champion. I just don't no longer care.
Yeah. I mean, I never
Now
disliked
that he's
him.
not holding a belt, I'm like, I don't care.
But no, I mean,
Juliana Pena
he
will
should
never die for me.
what I wanted.
Is it all right to hate women as well? Is that all right?
Juliana
Is
Pena,
that
yeah.
okay?
But yeah, no,
Just
I
making
wanted
sure.
to get
I
knocked
don't know what
out,
kind of crowd we've got tonight, so just want to be careful.
for real. Juliana Pena, no, I mean Hernandez. I guess I don't know. Hooper just can't fight to that level. I guess he's not that guy. I guess that's just what it is. He ain't that guy.
He was winning the round though too. It's just like it's like
Who was winning the round?
Hooper was on. He was striking wise. He was winning the round, and then it's like he just had his guard down, and Hernandez cracked him.
I think I don't know, man. He looked like
he was.
It seemed to me like he was going to get caught at some point. It just felt that way. He was very sloppy.
he was
he tried to
definitely
take him down, couldn't, and then I knew he was fucked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Hernandez is only good for a round, dude. Like that's been consistently proven.
Yeah, he is a bit bad for that. All right, I've got one more thing I want to bring up before we all fuck off. There was also a really big heavyweight title fight over the weekend. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Mhm.
We have a new British heavyweight prospect, Moses Atuma. He's not really, he's not new to people who watch boxing, who've been watching boxing religiously.
He's good.
Yeah, he went out there and fought Dillian White, knocked his head off in about 2 minutes.
First round KO, yeah.
First round KO. So yeah, I'm gonna ask you this first, Jack, because you know a little bit about boxing, and then we'll take it to the rest of the guys.
Mhm.
Do you think he should be next for Alexander Usyk? And how do you think he would do in that fight?
I know the hype would want to put him next, but I think let's give him one more before that. One more showcase. I mean, I know Dylan White is, somebody who's got a lot of respect in the boxing world, and Moses is very, very good. I saw online somebody compared him to George Foreman, and
that's what I was thinking as well. He gives me George Foreman vibes.
I think he's slicker than George at this age.
Yeah.
Very slick, very smart, and got a lot of power. But I would give him one more fight, one more showcase, and then let's see him against Usyk. Might as well, because who else has Usyk really got to fight?
Yeah,
well, he's got his mandatory is he's supposed to fight Parker next. Which
Yeah,
I know probably wasn't even
mandatory.
I know it won't be competitive, but he's earned it. I mean, he's just rallied off Zhele Zhang, Deontay Wilder, and what was the other guy? Fuck, his name's Hergovich.
Yeah, that's right.
And those are three top 5 guys in a row. Very, dominantly stopped. So he's earned the shot at the very least. And whether or not you think it's going to be competitive or not isn't really the point. When you get to that point where you've earned it.
Yeah.
And he was passed over twice as well. He was passed over for the Dubois fight as well.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be him. It won't be competitive, but yeah, go on.
I mean, Usyk's got to be at the back end of his career now. Like, surely he's not going to be
Doesn't look
fighting
like
any...
it though. He doesn't look like it. In that last Dubois fight, he looked better than he's ever looked.
He did. I know. But
and he's 37. It's not like he's 41.
No, he's 38. He's 38
38.
now.
38,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah,
probably got another couple of years.
I was gonna say too,
but fighting a 20-year-old, like like young, like there's a big difference, like fighting someone in the 30s than fighting the next fucking knockout artist who's knocking people out in round one, who's explosive and young and talented and fucking strong. Like,
Yeah.
I
My
don't know.
worry about it is though, if they give him a tumor now, I feel like it's too early. But if they
Yeah.
wait for another couple of years, Atoma's going to be more seasoned, and then Usyk's going to be on the older side. So I don't know if there's ever going to be a really good time to have that fight, or the right time to have that fight. Because either you're putting Moses in there now and he's not ready, or you're waiting and you're going to put him in at a time when Usyk's over the hill.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like
I
I'd rather we didn't get it at all, personally.
Yeah, I don't think they should make that fight. I really don't. Like Moses is not just like look at Dubois. Dubois is like mid-20s. Usyk's just beaten like the generation below him. Atuma's like the generation below that. Like he doesn't need to beat. I mean, it would be impressive if he fucking did, wouldn't it? But he doesn't need to beat another fucking generation of heavyweights.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to S-Dogs, because, like, I mean, you don't really get to talk about, like, vintage boxing much, and you compared him to George Foreman. Do you remember, you ever seen the back-to-back Sonny Liston versus Floyd Patterson fights?
I was a boxing fan long before I was an MMA fan, so I know.
I was too. Sonny Liston, when he first became champion, he knocked out Floyd Patterson, and then he did it faster in an immediate rematch.
Do you know what it is with the Otoma and do you know what it is with the Otoma and Foreman comparisons? It's not really the way that they fight; it's kind of the way they look. Do you know what I mean? Like the body type and the way that. Do you know what I mean? They have that kind of.
Agree.
You know, just like.
I agree. I see a little bit of Sonny Liston in Otoma in the aggression, you know, like you know, just like you know, he's very like, you know, like he's not, and like you know, like
he's not.
You know,
he's not what?
What? Oh, I said
he's not what. He's not what?
I'm comparing him to Sonny Liston. And even this fight to Liston versus Floyd Patterson in the second fight.
Well, the thing about Sonny Liston versus Floyd Patterson was a natural middleweight, and he was going up to fight a heavyweight. And he was at the end of his career. So, like, it kind of mirrors what Frankie was saying as far as, like, if they wait too long, then Usyk's on his way out, and we're not getting a real true fight. So it almost has to be, like, in one fight or it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's why.
The thing is, if Otoma wins, it's going to be Usyk's too old. If Usyk wins, they're going to say Utoma's too young, like he's not experienced enough. I don't see what value it really adds, other than one guy's going to lose and it's going to fuck up either the next generation of fighters or the current generation of legends. I just don't. For me, like, I think both of them should avoid it. I personally,
it's just generationally the wrong. It's not a fight that I think should necessarily get made, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but if that doesn't get made, would Usyk fight anyone else, or do you think he retires? Has he talked about retiring, or
no? He's going on like he's got years left.
Yeah,
and you can't blame him after his last performance.
Betty is right that Patterson was the heavyweight champion, and
regardless, like the age is the part that I'm looking at.
Problem, yeah.
What do you think about Anthony Joshua versus Otoma?
I think Otoma would beat the fucking shit out of him.
To be fair, I'd fucking love it though. I'd fucking love to see Anthony Joshua.
I don't think Anthony Joshua will take that. I think he's too. I don't think he'd take that fight. There's no winning because it would be the same narrative. It would be, oh well, he wasn't ready. When really we all know he is, and the likelihood is he'll get smashed.
Yeah, I think his time is done, man.
You think Joshua's done?
Yeah, he's done.
I mean, his time at the top of the heavyweight division. I mean, I think that there's still people that he can beat, but you know,
Joshua overachieved way more than he should have done for what he was. He was never a very good like technical boxer. He was just athleticism and power.
Yeah, that.
You know, he for him to have been a two-time world champion and then to have held 3 of the belts at one time, and He's achieved way more than he ever should. He started boxing really when he was what, 18?
Yeah.
I mean, he's way overachieved for where he should have got to.
No, I 100%
He's made shitloads of
agree with
money.
that.
I wouldn't get in over Toma, not now. Like, fuck that. Like, no way. That's a fight he should have won. I mean, in terms of what Atoma should get next, they should make him beat up like a Coley or someone.
Who's Atoma's promoter?
Frank Warren.
Okay.
He's done well to get him on this. Frank Warren's come swinging back in the game.
Yeah.
Like he's got the best guy. I mean, you saw what happened when they did the whole Matchroom and Queensbury shit. They absolutely wiped the floor with them.
Oh, that good because I hate Matchroom. I hate Eddie Ian. I think he's a little sleaze bag.
Yeah, he's a little.
I like the event though. I did like that event.
That event. Oh, they should do that every year. Like
really
even if it wasn't big name fighters, like if it was like smaller, low key fighters, I wouldn't care. I like that narrative. But Frank Warren versus Eddie Ian. I just like that rivalry that they have.
Yeah, it's definitely made things more interesting. And at least now, again, we've got, from a British perspective, we've got another guy who could potentially dominate heavyweight for the next decade or so. You know, we always seem to pluck somebody out of nowhere. And
yeah.
Well, if he fights till he's 40, that's 20 years. 20 years he could reign over the fucking division.
And he can do it. He can do it.
He could do it. I mean, if he keeps his head on straight, and he seems like a very grounded young man as well. Like he seems mature but beyond his years. Like he's got a great character. I think he could do very well. So yeah, this has been a fun one, boys. Is there anything you want to shout out or anything you want to talk about? Your channels and whatnot?
The Russians. No, I'm just taking piss.
I knew we'd be back here. Yeah, is there anything you want to talk about, Jax? And by the way, thanks for coming back on again. It's been great to see you again, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the invite. So on Friday, hopefully Friday, I should be releasing the first video from our slide rankings. So
that was a fun.
I don't know what it is. Just go to the channel, Making the Walk, and follow it, and you'll see what it is. It's gonna be dope.
Sweet. Anything you want to talk about, Juliana? You got anything in the pipeline?
Yeah, man. Actually, I mean, honestly, I think this next Saturday's card isn't bad.
Oh yeah.
The upcoming card. To be fair,
Shanghai card's a sleeper. It's actually pretty good.
The next few fight nights are quite good, to be fair.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, and I think I was upset at first that because Johnny Walker was supposed to fight Azamat Mirzakhanov, who I think, should get a little bit fast tracks because he's 36, and he's undefeated. And I think he's really good, but I think he's fighting Rakic, so I mean things even out.
Yeah, could be interesting. Yeah, I think the next few cards we've got a lot to look forward to, and I feel like now that the whole, they've sorted out the broadcasting and all that shit, I feel like we might get some, we might have some excitement coming our way. I think things will start to pick up again. It certainly feels like things have been getting better over the last couple of months, and I've certainly been getting more excited as an MMA fan and a UFC fan in particular again.
Well, as part of the deal, they promised 4, potentially 5 mega cards, haven't they?
So
which
say.
We'll see. We'll
depends
see.
on what their perspective of a mega card is.
Yeah.
As well. What did they? We definitely will get it, because I want to make a video about this at some point as well. We'll have a conversation about what the broadcasting deal might mean, but I want to really get into it. So maybe it's something we can bring up on. We can maybe do another stream later on in the week. Because I want to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row before I crack that can of worms open. But yeah, this has been a real fun one, boys. Shout out to everyone in the chat who participated. I wasn't really paying full attention to it at one point, so apologies for that. Once we get into things, it can go that way. But shout out to everyone who turned up. I really appreciate everyone who did. It's been a fun one tonight. Again, apologies that we weren't here on Sunday. I don't get paid for this, and I was sick, because you can all fuck off.
Yeah,
and that's how I feel.
Like,
The worst
You
thing was,
could.
yeah, the only person I owe an apology to is Brutally, who I told to come on Sunday, and then I just slept and didn't message him.
I'm sat there actually waiting.
And then I woke up in the morning and he's like, "Yeah, bro, we got on panel." I was like, "Oh fuck." You know when you see the dawn cracking through the, and you're like, "Shit, is it like?" It's still 9 o'clock. We're still good to go. Now it's fucking morning. So yeah, sorry about that.
No worries, man. No worries. Giuliano,
Yeah.
I just want to say, you need to stop beefing with people, man.
Yeah,
Alright,
let's end on a nice. Stop getting into fights.
Yeah, no,
Stop
I
beefing.
mean,
Giuliano,
dude,
Giuliano,
cunts.
Giuliano, all I want to hear from your mouth right now,
beef.
not these like cock making faces that you do. I just want to hear you say, "One love, peace to the world."
Let's hear
That's
it.
the worst Bob Marley song, dude. Waiting in vain is so much
Oh,
better.
I was
Yeah, he
thinking
got
more
beef.
along John Lennon, not like you know. Just say, Giuliano, one love. Stop trying to
One love,
suck
peace
boys
to
off in the park, and just say one love, boy.
All right, if you pull up a Russian flag, I'll say one love.
Where do you think he's
What?
gonna dig a fucking
What?
Russian flag out from?
Yeah, he was beating a what was it? It was a fucking, you had like a picture of Bilal that you were hitting with a bat that time.
Possibly. That sounds
No,
like
it was
me.
Vinny. It was a picture of Vinny.
Oh yeah. But to be fair, I mean that's deserved.
So we're gonna, like I said, we had a great card on the weekend. Boxing was great. Feels like we're back. Stop beefing with people. That would be real. I think that would be a good.
Bro,
That would be a good career move for you moving forward, mate.
All right, Frankie. Like, you have to understand, bro. Like,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Giuliano, just kill him with kindness. Every time someone wants to fight you, give them $10.
Yeah, that would make my reputation a lot better, right? But like, then it's like Argenti's a pussy paying people off who want to fight him. Like,
Yeah, then when they call you a pussy, go $10 for you. Give them $10.
Brutally, hold on, Brutally, is that what you did with
Kill him with kindness.
MMA Joey? Come on.
I deal with criminals every fucking day, and you know what I say to him, Giuliano? I say, have a lovely day, and then I say, have a lovely day, and then I say, have a fucking lovely fucking day, and you know what? It works. You kill him with kindness.
But then, weren't you gonna fight MMA Joey?
No, he's fighting heart disease. I'm leaving that fucker alone right now.
All right. I mean, you did just make that video, which is a great video.
Just no. Right. Anyway, nice one, boys. I'm going to catch you in a bit.
All right. Peace.
Take it easy, bro. Good to have you. Thanks as well, Jax, for hanging out. Always great to have you on.
No problem.
Subscribe to Making the Walk as well. Has some amazing MMA content over there. It's actually a real channel. Toad Eats, I'm just gonna address you now. I'm not saying you're a liar. I just I don't know the full context behind the situation. So if I'm gonna bring something up, I try to keep this channel as like beef free as possible as much as I can. But obviously, if I'm gonna bring something up, I obviously need to understand the context behind things. It's not that I'm ducking your question or that I'm not addressing it, which is obviously what I'm doing now. I don't know anything about it, so it would feel unfair of me to force the issue when I don't know the full context. That's all I'm saying. And I'm also half dead over here, so I will say this though. Like I have been alerted to Todd Eats' channel. Somebody sent it to me recently, and he's got some funny as fuck stuff on there. So shout out to you. Subscribe to that guy. It's pretty funny.
I mean,
light jabbing. You take it as light jabbing, wouldn't you, Gilly?
I mean,
light jabbing.
No, because it's Jesus Story and Talmud. He used to make weird gay videos about like good noodle and shit, and he's back on an alt.
So wait, is Toad Eats Jesus in Talmud? I'm confused.
Yes.
I've got no idea.
Yes, it is.
I know Jesus in Talmud. I've seen him in chat. He's pretty funny.
I mean, he's a weird guy. This guy's
I've
a
seen him
weird guy
about.
too.
I don't know. One guy's weird as another guy's eccentric and hilarious. I don't know.
I mean, he's trying to frame me for crimes, but I mean,
What
I
crimes is
like.
he trying to? I mean, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it now. I don't mind. I've got
Yeah,
10
dude's
minutes.
been making like bizarre hit piece videos on me, edited to like make
I
it
saw one or
like.
two of them. I mean, I thought they were just light jabs. I thought it was quite funny.
No, he's like out for blood. He really wants, yeah, he really wants to frame me for crimes, which I mean is defamation.
What
But,
crimes are you talking about?
You know Naomi from my chat.
Not really. I've seen her in a bit. Like, I don't know. I don't know her.
He showed up in my chat before, being like, Naomi, I'm not I would never sexualize you like this. And then he made some video about where when I'm joking around with her, right? And try to frame it as me trying to I guess he's just like a weird white knighting person who's English is not his first language. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean, doesn't mean he's a bad person.
No, it does.
English isn't his first language.
No, that doesn't.
What was? By the way, I did see that video about you spitting on someone's car. What the fuck was that about? I didn't really understand the context of that. What was that about?
So
something about Jersey or something? I was
yeah,
confused.
people from New Jersey.
So you spat on someone's car because they're from New Jersey?
Yeah, that's lighthearted shit right there.
Spitting on someone's car?
Yeah, dude, it's a New York thing. You'd understand it.
Sounds like that needs to be.
Dude, you know how many people dude, you know how many cars brutally is definitely spit on? Like just anti-Stoke City.
I think he'd deny that 100%. I mean, whether it's true or not, I think he'd deny that.
I mean, sure.
Spitting on cars, though. I mean, it's just some dude from New Jersey. He didn't do anything to you. Why are you spitting on his car? It's a bit weird.
You don't understand.
Could have been a family man. He's going to put his fucking thing in there, and he gets some guy spit on his hand. He could be a nice dude.
I made a point not to spit on. So in the US they have these bumper stickers that say "baby on board," like for people that have children. And I specifically did not spit on the car of a New Jersey plated vehicle that had one of those baby on board signs. So if anything, I have the utmost respect for family men.
Again, I understand the context. I don't understand the context of any of this.
The guy was parked in a handicapped spot too, which is total New Jersey.
Could have been handicapped.
No, he didn't have the handicap thing that you need to have hanging from the rearview mirror.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you're getting a little bit of backup here from Kyle as well. I mean, I don't know, man. I think spitting on someone's car that you don't know is a bit
Brooklyn,
weird,
dude. Frankie, it's a cultural thing, man.
I guess in the UK everything is a crime. No, not everything's a crime, but spitting on someone's car is kind of a crime, isn't it?
Yeah, and Matu is right. The car spit back at me.
Oh right, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't understand the whole story.
I had engine oil all over me.
Oh, that sounds
good.
bad. So now I'm understanding. So Toad Eats is Jesus in Talmud.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I mean, it doesn't change my opinion on the guy. I still think the guy's funny. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sure, dude. But I mean, dude, I'm not worried about it. It's just after a while, it's how many out of context hit pieces is this guy gonna make trying to frame me for actual crimes before it's I fucking.
No, but I mean, he's not framing you if you went on live stream and did it, and then he's clipping you.
No, I'm not talking about spitting on a car, dude. This guy's got videos.
Okay. Oh, you mean other
and shit.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Paradox's brother is yogurt. Yo, subscribe to Paradox.
Sibling bullshit. Yes, I think. Oh, Paradox was going to go live earlier. I don't think he's planning on going live anymore, which is a shame. I do love a good Paradox live stream.
Dude, Paradox, go live.
Has Brutally ever been in a fight? Yes, he has.
Yeah, Brutally.
Mate, Brutally's from the deep north. He fights every week. Those guys are hard as nails. That's
Listen to this guy. Sorry, Frankie, to make it about this. It's he goes, you should be worried. I'm everywhere. It's I should be worried about you, bro. I'm cooling. I know you'll be in my live stream later. Hanging out looking for shit to clip at 50 years old or whatever.
Well, I mean,
anyway.
as far as like false accusations go, I don't know anything about that. But if he's clipping stuff that that's what we do, in it. Like, it's like if somebody clips me, I'd be like, great. Like, as embarrassing
Frankie,
or whatever, I'd be like, awesome. Somebody's paying attention. Like,
I'm
nice.
not, dude. I'm
Clip
not,
to your
like I
heart's
said,
content.
yeah, I mean, I'm not telling the guy, I'm not trying to stifle the guy's ability to make like false accusations against me, but I mean, I encourage
I
you.
thought the
Frankie.
voice was quite funny as well. I think that's what really got me. It was like the voiceover, the voice distortion was really funny.
His condom, I'm the condom to your rape, is what he just said.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll go live if somebody sends me 100. What I love about Paradox is he doesn't fucking play. He's got cut straight to the bone.
Address the stalkers, dude. You made the shit you made up, like you made it up.
So you apparently stalked Naomi, who a lot of people are saying is a man, right?
Dude, Naomi's not a man. And I did a Naomi appreciation stream. I never stalked. No one ever even accused me of stalking Naomi. This is ridiculous. Anyone who's been in my chat knows that. But no, Frankie, I've never stalked anybody. I'm in New York staying with my girl.
I didn't say you did. Just to be clear, again, you know what I think about all this stuff. I think it's all. I just take it all as banter. Us UK guys are a little bit different like that. We don't take anything seriously.
I mean, well, that some things you do and some things you don't. Some things you take, I feel, a bit too seriously. See, look, Frankie, here's a guy from New Jersey right now, right? Now, that's a minivan, so I'm going to assume that's a guy with a family, right? Because they're driving a minivan. I'm going to peacefully walk by it.
So what was all right? No, okay. I was going to ask something. So what was it about that car that made you think this needs to be spat on immediately? Because he was parked in a without a disabled badge.
Yeah, which is a total New Jersey thing.
I still don't think you should spit on someone's car for that. But I mean, did New Jersey people spit on New Yorkers' cars when they're in New Jersey? Is that like a two-way thing?
Yes.
You lot are fucking weird.
Bro, that's why I moved to California, bro.
Fair enough. I'll never. Right? I mean, I love America for so many reasons, but some things you guys do are bizarre.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's bizarre when
Myla, not Naomi, saying.
Dude,
I do know who Myla is.
Myla flew to LA trying to meet up with me, and I wanted nothing to do with it. And then she like lied about that, and now this guy Toad Eats is all over it.
Do you know what I love about you, Gilly? At least you address these things. Yeah. I have to respect you for that. Like, you don't shy away from it.
I don't, because like, I mean, you subscribe to the philosophy that like ignoring shit makes it go away, and like Bruce.
No, that's not really what I said. That's not really what I said. I just said the more you fan it, though, the higher the flames go. Was more that I was saying.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's like, I mean, you say I address it, like, you know, the line between addressing it and fanning it, it's like, you know, what am I, you know, it's like after a while of just being like, okay, that's not true, that's bullshit. Eventually, it's like I'm gonna attack this dude back, like, you know. I mean, okay. It's all like you and I are cut from the same cloth in the sense that like we just want this shit to end as fast as possible, right? Your avenue to that is different from mine.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is though, my attitude is I don't really get upset when people come at me, because I just think I don't take anything seriously. So
I don't. Yeah, but like I mean, Frankie, it's like you're assuming that I get upset. It's like what I'm not doing is feeling one way or another about it. You know, even if like, you know, even if it's like, all right, like this piece of shit needs to, you know, be attacked or held accountable. I mean, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like I'm cooling, dude. I'm not, you know, I'm not upset.
I mean, fair enough. I just think, like, again, it all boils down to just the one thing I will say is you do get in a lot of fucking tiffs, and we've had this conversation before.
I mean, we have. I think that the thing with Parlay was I mean, that dude came out of nowhere turning on me. I think it was because
I don't know much about Parlay Princess. I've heard of him, but I haven't seen any of his content or anything. I don't really know anything about him.
I did a prediction video with him, right? Literally for 319, or for the card before that. And you know,
Okay.
and he does a thing called point spread betting, which is a terrible way to lose money. And so, I talked a little bit about that, you know, and and the fact that he like idolizes lucrative James, which I mean, anyone who sells picks is a fraud. And so, me saying that, and then me winning the bets that I had with him, like he caused him to crash out on me,
I mean, but I think I find that interesting because most people who get in bets and stuff, they know what they're getting into. Like, in what way did he crash out? What do you mean?
He showed up in my stream and paid me, and then the next day he went on Clown Show's stream. He said all this bullshit. He said that like I'm playing a character. Meanwhile, this dude's like white from the suburbs, tatted up, and all this shit. It just just a bunch of bullshit. Like, and then he's like, and now he wants to fight me. The dude's never been in a fight in his life. He doesn't, according to him, sparring in gyms is for 12-year-olds and shit. Like, it's a bunch of nonsense. I mean, but it's like if somebody challenges me to an actual fight and they're in the same geographic proximity, it's like, all right, like let's
No,
do
but
it.
that's what I can't understand. I can't understand how it went from you've bet on this person, I've bet on this person, to them being like, now I want to fight you because I lost. I don't really understand that jump. And I feel like there's some context missing here.
Right. What happened was, as with like any, like dude, Idaho showed up and like to give me shit right at the beginning of the stream.
Well, that's what you do. You banter it. You give it a bit of shit. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He couldn't. His vagina got sore, and like I mean, at the end of the day,
it depends
like,
though. I mean, I don't know what you.
like,
I
okay,
don't know
dude,
what you said. I don't know what you said to. I don't know what you said to push him over the edge or whatever. But obviously, people are gonna. We can't. The one mistake we often make is sometimes people think that people are gonna take banter the same way that we do, and sometimes they don't see it that way. And that's how things are, Anyway, this was a nice balanced stream. Oh, Getty's back. Well, I'll carry on for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to bed because I'm sick and tired.
Yeah, sorry.
Carry on. What were you saying? Okay, carry on.
Yeah, I spit on cars and discuss that. Sorry, I missed what you just said. My shit glitched out for a second.
No, sorry. I was just saying like that. Sometimes people don't take banter the way that we expect them to,
Sorry.
and sometimes people who like when you're bantering with somebody, they don't see it that way. They see it as aggression. So you have to take that into consideration. That's all I was saying. I was rambling. It was good.
No, yeah, dude, Frankie, I hear you, dude. I'm very like, contrary to popular opinion, I guess. I actually am pretty discerning with shit like that. But what do you do? Somebody goes like, "Yo, show up and fight me," and it's like, okay, name a gym, and he wants to fight in a public park. I'm just like, this guy's fucking retarded.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of I don't mean to sound like a bitch out here, but I'm like I don't think anyone meeting in a public park and fighting is necessarily a very good way to go about your life because it's only going to end one way.
Dude, I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's like
I kind of agree with you on that.
But
then if it comes down to that, then yeah, just meet in a gym and just get it on. Like fuck it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you feel like you need to do. I'm all for that. Like people are going to disagree with me on this and they're going to say like I'm backing your side or anything. I tend to see it how I see it. Like if you agree to fight him, you agree to fight him. Do it. And if he agrees to do it in a gym, then by all means do it in a manner that doesn't get you both in fucking jail or whatever. But
yeah,
I personally
or a
think
lawsuit that he might
if there's a risk though that it could get out of hand, why take the why take the risk? Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree. That's why a gym with an actual ref is like the way to.
I mean, it sounds like it. Like I said, I don't know the full story behind this, but so I don't know if there's just cause for it to accelerate in this
yeah,
level or not.
Dude, it's the stupidest thing in the world. Like the guy wants to fight me because I made fun of his fucking bullshit. Like, and I did it in a lighthearted way. I wasn't attacking him venomously. I mean, if he took it that way, I mean, he doesn't really belong on YouTube where people go at each other viciously all the time, and it's all in good fun,
Yeah. So for all those in the chat who are looking forward to this fight, it's not happening. It's basically.
I mean, well, I mean, if he wants to do it in the gym, I'm down. I'm not gonna kick this dude with shoes on in a public park. Like, I mean, that's in the town where the cops have nothing better to do than investigate that. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, like I said, everyone, thank you very much for participating in this. This has been a fun one. It's a
Anyway,
nice
thank
little
you,
mix
Frankie.
of good MMA talk and some nice. It was a pleasure to have you. And we'll do it again soon.
All right, Frankie, take it easy.
Take it easy, bro. All right, guys. Yeah, thank you very much for turning up. It's been a unexpected. This felt like a Sunday stream. It did. Which I'm very grateful for, because obviously I hate missing Sundays, but we'll be back to regular scheduled programming. Hopefully there won't be any more health concerns moving forward. If there is anyone you guys want to shout out now in the chat, please do so. I would recommend obviously subscribe to, let's see who we've got here. We've got Big Ank MMA, Toad Eats. Subscribe to him, especially if you're enjoying this whole Giuliano, trolling beef stuff. He's a good one to go to. Obviously subscribe to Making the Walk, who was here earlier. Nice mature voice. Brutally Honest MMA, of course, as well, who was the gentleman in the top left-hand side of the screen. And also there's a whole host of MMA content creators in the description that are worth checking out. They're all part of this little team we've got going on. Shout out to the fucking Russians. That's right. Much love to all of you. This has been fun. And I look forward to the next one. I will probably be back the next time on probably Thursday or Friday. We'll talk about next week's card. I'll try and get another panel going as well. Maybe make some predictions, talk some shit, bust some balls. That's what we do around here. And talk about some degenerate shit. But yeah, thank you to all of you. It's been a good one. And shout out to the new ones who came in. So like Blanca and I appreciate that, Chrissy. I'm on the road to recovery. I think one more day of I'm gonna take another antibiotic now before I go to bed, and hopefully I'll be right as rain tomorrow. Shout out to you, Chrissy. Shout out to Toady. Shout out to Blanca, Matua, Westy, Lane, of course, Big Ank. Leandro, it's good to see you back. Kyle, good to have you in here. Caravaggio. Head Stepper, Douglas of Memo. Douglas of Memo is somebody I know quite well as well. Shout out to you. Black Betty, of course, one of the old fucking G's. I'll always love you. Westy. Man, we had a lot of people coming in and out here today. Grimy, of course, as well. You ledge. Tone, always love having you around. Hopefully I haven't forgot anyone in the immediate who's still here. Shout out to all of you. It's been a hell of a good one. Yeah, like the stream on your way out. And I'll catch you for the next one. Oh, by the way, apparently we've got 33 in here, which is crazy right now. If anyone wants to throw a quick link to somebody who you think deserves a raid of some description, maybe somebody new we haven't spoken about before, tell Westy who they are, and he'll chuck them into the chat and show someone some love tonight. I'm sure if a whole load of people turn up into someone's stream randomly, maybe if you could find somebody who's got very few viewers and would literally bust a nut having people come raiding in and saying hi, that'd be a nice gesture. So if there's anyone you guys can think of that's worth giving a little love to on this quiet Tuesday night, then please do so. I'll give it a few seconds in case anyone makes a suggestion, and then I'm gonna fuck off to bed. Let me see, but I might as well check as well and see if there's anyone live who I know that might benefit from a little raid. And nobody. I've just realized I'm still live on fucking Making the Walks channel and Brutalies. I better go. All right, guys. HindTieFever.co. That's a very good suggestion there, Matua. Well done. Paradox, are you going on or not? Oh, crossovers live for Dana White's Contend. I forgot that was on tonight. I might stay up and watch that because I missed the first one. So shout out to Crossover MMA as well. Westy, could you throw a link in the description? Psychaslin, my opinion on it was Drickus carries a lot of the blame for it. I think Hamzat did everything he should have done in the fight. Drickus didn't give him any reason to resist. And I don't blame him for taking the path of least resistance. I think the onus should be on Drickus to have done something about it. And he didn't. So fuck him, basically. And I love Drickus, but he clearly wasn't ready for what was coming his way. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Bad matchup. Very impressive from Hamzat. Hopefully, though, he'll be more active and actually fight more. So that's what I want to see from him. And then I won't be complaining. So that's my opinion on it. Hang on, Paradox. Is this you, Paradox? Oh, hang on a sec. Let me just pin this real quick. Whoops. Hang on a sec, guys. Sorry. Oh, Usalis. Yeah, Usalis has been fucking solid for me. Raid Usalis. I feel like he's somebody who really deserves it as well. All right, guys, I'm really fucking off now. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Definitely need to do more panels moving forward, other than you listening to my dumbass every time. All right, peace, everyone. Idaho, you definitely got to be on the next one, cunt. You missed a barn burner tonight. I hope you were listening. Take it easy, guys. Peace. I will do, Carl. Thanks, bro. And thanks for stopping by. You're always welcome.